That was my very first match.
I'm very proud that Tom McGovern really had the opportunity to put this book together. It really has brought back a lot of people that I probably would have never seen again, you know, and some old friends and students from the past. And I am so proud that this has taken place. I'm so proud that this book has brought us all together once again, and hopefully it'll open up that door again, you know, and be able to share a good, healthy life with everybody.
As we can see, times have changed quite a bit over the years. Now I'm JAREK Matthews. This is back in the days of Kid Carnage when I was truly a kid. And yeah, you can just see kind of all throughout the gallery, all in the book, from 2001 up till 2009. You can see how faces have changed, names have changed, attitudes have changed, and yeah, it's just pretty mind-blowing what Thomas McGovern's done for us.
His words cannot explain how I feel right now, especially being on the cover. Is when you open the book, you look through the book, you read the book, and you'll find the mountain.
He shows the true art of wrestling. It shows the passion behind it, the attitude, the experience behind it. It gets to show the fans from our point of view, in a sense.
How old is the picture of you that's hanging up on the wall inside?
That picture is about 8 years old. No, about 7 years old. That picture is 7 years old.
How's VIZZION changed since that picture?
A little wiser, a little bit more seasoned.
Still wearing the same shirt though, right?
Everybody loves the mullet.
You know, you got to start off giving props to Jesse. It's all, I mean, if it wasn't for Jesse, none of this would have happened. You know, Jesse's like the #1 guy. You want to be a wrestler, you want to see wrestling, you go to the School of Hard Knocks and Empire Wrestling Federation. You know, when I walked into that school in 2001, I had no idea what to expect. And that's when Jesse brought me in and said, let me show you. I'm going to show you what it takes to be a wrestler. I started making pictures. Agreement was I would always let him use pictures as long as I could have access. And you can see what happened with that. You know, 5, 6 years later, you know, how many, I don't know, 100 wrestlers, I don't know how many matches I went to, and really had this incredible inspiration to see what wrestlers go through, to live the dream. I mean, and that's, to me, what it's ultimately about. It's about living a dream that, you know, if most people had the kind of guts wrestlers have, people would be highly successful. These men and women, they put their lives on the line, they put their skills on the line, they're fabulous show people as well as amazing athletes, and every day when they get up there and they get into that ring, you know, it's do or die. And so it's really, I mean, profoundly interesting. Of course, then trying to find a publisher for it, that was a big, big thing, because I didn't want just these pictures to be in a box under my bed. I wanted them to be out there. I want the world to be able to see what it takes to be a wrestler, and not a huge, big-time, world wrestling entertainment wrestler. But let's see where people start. This is the farm club. You know, these are like the minor leagues in baseball or something. You know, these are where people learn to be a wrestler. This is where they learn their skills. This is where they learn, you know, to do the entertainment. This is where they learn to put together the gimmicks. This is where they learn that they don't get killed, and that's what you got to really come and see. I would hope every man and woman who's interested in being a wrestler will take a look at these pictures, contact the School of Hard Knocks, see what it really takes to be a pro wrestler, and you're going to be terribly impressed, I can tell you. So really, once again, it's props to Jesse. You know, all the men and women that have worked with him over all these years. Well, it's been 20-some years at least that Jesse's been doing this, and the success of these wrestlers really depends a lot on Jesse. He's the backbone of both organizations. He's the guy that makes it happen, you know. And you think, you know, what, he's getting rich off this? You think again, this man does it because he loves it, because he's committed to wrestling, committing to young people, having people respect too. Big thing. You walk into that wrestling school, the first thing everybody does is shake your hand, says hello to you. Last thing they do walking out the door is shake your hand, say goodnight to you. It's about building self-confidence, respect, self-discipline, and these are qualities that will last throughout somebody's life. If you wrestle for 6 months or you wrestle for 60 years, those are the kind of qualities you're going to walk away from. And again, it's like something I hope everybody that wants to be a wrestler will take a look at this book, read these stories, read these interviews, these heartfelt interviews about what people do to be wrestlers, and I can tell you, you are going to be impressed, because I can tell you I've worked with a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people as a photographer, and no group of people has stood out like pro wrestlers in my mind when it comes to being determined and having guts and real heart.